Hi, this is Dr. Wooten. I got all the code written that I think I need right now, so what I need to do is reorganize it. So I'm going to show you how I like to organize the code. So what I did is I cleaned out the data management because it was holding a lot of what the game control should have. And so I started building it back up, but let me explain. I left in my serializable classes. Serializable means that you're going to be able to save it. And so I have the outline of the prize and a constructor for the prize and a general constructor that will allow me to instantiate it. Alright, so then we have the purse, which is a list of prizes. Then we have the game setting, which will be the purse for the bank and the purse for the player. And then the player profile, which is just the name, and a list of player profiles. And then down here I have the data handler that I gave you the link to last time. I'll add it to the description this time as well. I found it very useful. Alright, so then each of the variables that you declare within your classes needs to be generally declared as well for you to use each element. So for example, for me to use the purse, I have to know what a prize is. So I have to have declared what a prize is. But to know a prize, you have to know the prize type, the prize value, and where you want to spawn that prize. What I've done is initiated the declaration of each type of class that I need. So I've done it by the classes I define. And then when it awakes, this is actually something you can add that will be before the start. And it will instantiate each of the classes, give them an instance, and say this is what you're supposed to look like. And so the declaration tells it what it is, and the instantiation gives you a picture of what you're supposed to have. And then you can instantiate the actual item by, well, I define function. I didn't really need to organize the functional code. I have it very well organized. What I'm doing now is taking the data management and removing things that belong to the game control because he was doing more in the GUI than he should have. Alright, and so then I still have I can generate the file so that if it doesn't exist, please create it. And notice I made the first player a new profile and the second player a guest. So what's going to happen is if there's additional, or when there's additional profiles, they will be listed from that point on, and I can trigger when I have a guest and when I have a new profile to save. And then if it does exist, read it. So right now in the data management, notice it has nothing in the start. It only has the quit button and a reset button. I made a reset function because I kept wanting to clean out the data file, so I just made myself a function that'll automatically do it in the game. And notice it has no updates. So I'll put back into the data management what belongs to data management once I finish outlining after I finish outlining the game control. So the game control is where I'm working right now. Notice I have a structure set up for stages of the game. So let's go to the top of this. So I've given it script access so that it can talk to the data manager and it can talk to the functional code. I have the logo. It's a game object I want to be able to manipulate. And then I have my controls. A trigger means that I only care where the truth value starts, and once that action happens, I don't need that trigger anymore. Or I can reset that trigger. But a toggle is meant to turn from true to false. From true to false, it toggles back and forth. And then I have a timestamp so that I can set my timer that I created in my functional code. And then I declared a few variables here, and this list will continue to grow as I better organize my stages. Right now in stage 0, it will turn off the text handler because I don't want you to be able to see that unless I need you to put information in it. And then once the timer reaches 3 seconds, it will trigger the movement. So I'm going to continue coding and I'll bring you back to speed once I fill more of this in. Alright, be right back.